You were never afraid of desire. Mm. You were afraid of what would happen if you stopped ignoring your desire. Believe it or not. You were never distracted by your desire. That's not what pulled you off course, contrary to popular belief. What drained you was the constant effort it took to suppress yourself, your power, your eroticism, your magnetism, your beauty, your confidence, your spiritual abilities, your gifts, your skills, your talents. It was difficult for you to stay contained, to pretend you didn't want more than what was handed to you. Trust me, I know because I've been there myself. You, like myself, we were all taught that desire was dangerous. The love of money is the root to all evil. What? That wanting too much would make you unstable, greedy, unfocused, insatiable. But the truth is, nothing fractured your power and your focus and your purpose more than denying your own appetite. Because every time you ignored what you really wanted, what really called to you, what really pulled to you, what your body truly desired, your body had to work overtime to stay quiet. Hence the onset of depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts. And that silence, it cost you everything. It cost us everything. It cost you your energy, your clarity, your confidence, your spiritual gifts, your abilities, your divine mission and purpose. The moment you allow yourself to want, to desire fully, honestly, raw, without apology, something inside you reorganizes itself. Your decisions sharpen, your standards rise, your life starts responding to you differently. People start responding to you differently. Babies, birds, bees, and trees start responding to you differently, okay? Listen, desire isn't chaos, it's direction. And the more you listen to it, the less force you need to use anywhere else in your life. This is facts. But let me tell you why. Welcome to Alcheminity, because turning pain into power is sexy. Scratch that. Welcome to the new and improved and evolved Alcheminity, because turning power into pleasure is sexy. Now, we are the ones who have moved from turning pain into power to now turning power into pleasure. Why? Because we have evolved as alchemists. If you're here in Alcheminity, okay, you are an alchemist. You are the alchemist of the female species, okay? You're the alchemist of the male species. Whatever it is you want to call yourself, you are the alchemist. If you weren't, you wouldn't be here at Alcheminity. Because here at Alcheminity, we are the ones who've had to learn how to turn pain into power, okay? But if you've evolved, as you should, if you're still here at Alcheminity, you are one of the ones who have learned to turn pain into power, power into pleasure, through tuning into your body. I.e., I got a call. I.e., your yoni, okay? I.e., your pussy's power. Ooh, did she say pussy? Yes, I did. Pussy, pussy, pussy. Y'all know I love that scene from Boomerang, which is one of my favorite movies. One of my favorite movies, okay? When Grace Jones was like, pussy. And Eddie Murphy was like, you can't say pussy out loud. Can't say that. Right? Yes, I said it. If you're here on Alcheminity, you are an alchemist, particularly of the female species. Those of you who are biologically born female, I just got to put it out there. If you're here, you have learned how to turn pain into power, power into pleasure, through activating and tuning into your sensual erotic energy, which is God and Goddess energy, which is the energy that lives in our root chakras that we raise up through our bodies to our crown, to be crowned, so that we're sitting on the throne of our power, of our purpose, and of our pussies. So that we're sitting on the throne of ourselves, so that we are now the rulers and leaders of ourselves. We don't need to be ruled or led by anyone or anything. Not unless we give them the power to do so. And for many of you, we probably give that power temporarily over to our man. I'm hearing my man. Thank you to my man, right? We never relinquish our power, but we have no problem sharing the throne, not even sharing the throne, because our kings have their own thrones. They don't need ours. But we have no problem relinquishing guidance to those who have the power and the wherewithal to lead and to guide. And it's most likely those who have done and continue to do the work in and on themselves. And those are only divine counterparts, our divine masculines. And we know them by the way that they feel. We know them in their energy, and they know us. Okay? This is who you are and what you are if you are here at Alcheminity. All right? So let's get into this message. Let's talk about desire. Let's break this desire down. Now, one of the things for me that in order for me to turn pain into power and power into pleasure was to get out of our minds that something was wrong. Get out of my mind that something was wrong with desiring. That something was wrong with wanting more, better, higher, sweeter. I'm hearing, bring me higher love. Oh, bring me a higher love. Oh, right? Like, why do you think certain songs are written? Songs like that would be written. It's because people know, you can feel, you can sense that there's better, there's greater, there's sweeter, there's higher, right? There's always better, there's always greater, there's always sweeter, there's always higher. There just is, right? But the problem is we have been taught not to want those things. Don't be thankful for what you got. Be thankful with the crumbs. Okay. So now that we've gotten to the point of being thankful for the crumbs, shall we continue being thankful for the same old crumbs day in and day out, over and over for the rest of our lives until we die? My answer is no. I don't know what your answer is, but my answer is hell no. Hell no. To the no. No, I am not going to continue being thankful for the same crumbs, because if I'm getting the same crumbs, something is wrong. Houston, we have a problem. Right? Houston, we have a problem. Excuse me, I keep messing with my nose because I just came from 2 different climates. By the time you see this video, I'll be back in a different climate. I'm currently in Orlando right now, and I just left Georgia, which is where I live, and it's cold as hell there, and then it's obviously warm here in Florida. So my nose is kind of like running a little bit, not running, but feeling a little different. But anyway, so if you see me messing with my nose, I ain't snorting or nothing, okay? Most people be like, she on that shit. She done lost a little weight. She might be on that shit, girl. Don't come for me. Anyway, let's keep going. Listen. So one of the things for me, in order to turn, again, pain into power, now power into pleasure as we evolve, was doing away with the guilt that I felt for wanting more, for desiring more. And many of us were taught not to desire more because, again, being thankful for the little that you got, and especially if you are a melanin woman, if you are a brown woman, if you are of African descent or Hispanic descent, okay, when I'm talking about my black and brown women, African and melanin descent, got lipstick on my finger, okay. Our ancestors were taught to just be thankful with a little bit. And then that same type of teaching traveled through the bloodlines. And we wonder what generational curses are. That's the real generational curses, being taught the same bullshit generation after generation after generation, adopting the lies, adopting the bare minimum, accepting the bare minimum. Okay? Those of us who are generational curse breakers have come to break the generational curse of poverty. For many of us, for those of you, you're breaking multiple curses in your bloodline. Breaking the generational curse of poverty, breaking the generational curse of having children before you were ready, before you were mentally ready, financially ready, spiritually ready, energetically ready, before you were ready as far as your health is concerned. I said mentally ready before you were psychologically ready. Those of you who decided not to have children, you have broken the generational curse in your bloodline for women who had kids before they were ready. That stopped at you. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you for doing more with your pussy. Oh, yes. I'm so proud of you because as alchemists and activated and chosen ones here as divine feminine, we know what our pussy power means. Our pussy power means we can do more with the spirit of our yawnies than just invite in penetration. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're here in Alcheminity and if you're a member over on Patreon, shouts out to my Patreon members. Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with a little thing. Do what you want to do. I can't tell you to Suck it too. Ain't nothing wrong with it. We love it as mature, consenting adults. It's a beautiful, wonderful, powerful art. Okay. The problem is people have used that art in the lowest form. I mean, if the only thing you know what to do with your vagina and with your cocks is to put it on somebody else, then you are part of the problem. Yeah. The only thing you know about your body, the only connection you have to your body is when you are on top of somebody or somebody's on top of you, you're part of the problem, right? But we're not going to get into all of that because if you're here, then you are already doing and have done this work in and on yourself. So I'm not talking about you. I know this isn't about you. Okay. Listen, again, part of turning pain into power, power into pleasure was getting rid of the guilt that we have felt about desire, even sexual desire. Don't get me wrong. Okay. Even penetrative desire. There are some, I spoke at a sex conference a couple of years ago in Denver, Colorado, and there was a woman who walked up to me who shared with me how insatiable she was, right? She purchased my book. She became a member on Patreon. She really dived deep and she shared with me, what her lifestyle was like. And she had to be maybe in her late 40s, early 50s, Caucasian woman. And she says, I used to be able to go anywhere and get any guy. And she said, I feel like I've lost something. I feel like I don't have the same attraction that I used to. I said, you know why? I said, because you're pouring out all of your pussy genie juice. You poured it all out, girl. You keep pouring it out. There's nothing there. The thing that will cause you to glow and to be magnetic and to be beautiful, you've poured it out over and over and over and over and over again. And instead of being able to cultivate with it, you're just fucking with it. She just looked at me, eyes as wide as a deer in headlights. That's when she decided to purchase the book. Now, in Activate, I don't go in complete detail about your erotic power. I talk about it in relation to your mental health, to your spiritual journey. I talk about it from the perspective of witch hunt. Activate is the initiate stage. Activate is where you need to begin if this information and this wisdom is new to you, especially if you're coming into your spiritual gifts and abilities. You got to begin there. You got to begin with Activate, because the rest of the things that you hear from here on out, if you're new to this wisdom, this will be over your head. This shit will scare you if you don't begin with Activate. Begin with Activate. It's available on Amazon in paperback or ebook. Okay. So let's keep going. All right. So again, getting away from the guilt that we felt for wanting more, not being satisfied with the bare minimum anymore, not being satisfied with the crumbs that we've received in life. That's the shit our ancestors were taught, and we're breaking that curse going forward. No, this isn't good enough. No, it's not. Yeah, I'm thankful that I ate today. Yes, I'm thankful that I have a roof over my head. Yes, I'm thankful that I have a bed to climb in. Yes, I'm thankful for the hot water and the lights. I'm glad that we have indoor plumbing. Can you imagine what it was like growing up in a time you had to go to an outhouse? Right? I hear my mother tell the story. She used to hate to have to get up in the middle of the night to go use the bathroom because I had to go outside in the freezing cold to an outhouse. You didn't know what was in that. Like, I am thankful, right? But could we have stayed in? Could life had stayed like that? Hell no. Humans wanted more, wanted better, wanted higher, wanted greater, wanted sweeter. Without want, technology wouldn't have happened. Evolution on our planet wouldn't happen, right? If desire didn't exist, where would we be? Still back in the fucking Stone Ages. We really would. Right? So there's nothing wrong with having desire. God has gave us desire for a reason. We ought to be using it wisely. Desire is there for us to realize that we can create and magnetize more, better, sweeter, higher. So if you are here and you're listening to this, okay, your body has been communicating with you for a very long time that it's been wanting more, deeper, higher, sweeter, right? For those of you who have experienced toxic relationships, you know what I'm talking about. For those of you who were in unfulfilling connections or relationships, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Right? You knew there was something better than this. You got out of those relationships. Some of you, you've recently divorced. You got out of whatever situationship you were in. You got out of it. Why? Because your body and your soul knew that there was something, someone better. It's got to be better than this. Your body knows it. When you listen to the voice of your body, when you listen to the voice of your pussy, when you listen to the voice of your inner guidance, okay? When you listen to the voice of your sirens, she will guide you through your body, through your nervous system. You know how God speaks to you through signs and symbols and synchronicities and wonders, through intuitive nudges that you feel and you know in your body. Your body always knows. Now, this is for those of you who have and continue to do the work in and on yourself. I'm not talking about those of you who's like, well, my body was horny, so I went and called Tyrone. You said to follow your body, and my body was horny. I was throbbing. So I went to the little black book and I called Marcus and Tyrone. If that's what's coming up for you, then this alchemy is not for you. If that is the information and the insight that's coming up for you, then you're not ready for this. Go find another page. Better yet, go and do the work in and on yourself and then come back to Alcheminity. Okay? This isn't for you. This conversation isn't for you. We're talking about divine, ancient wisdom and guidance. We're talking about an ancient intelligence that knows better. Nobody should have to explain that to you. If that is the kind of insight that comes up for you, you are like a child. And my page isn't for children. You know, part of turning my pain into power and power into pleasure and answering the calling of my body, answering the calling of my pussy, right? You guys, if y'all been here for some time, you've heard previous episodes where I said your pussy will guide you to your purpose. This is your body guiding you to your purpose. This is your sirens guiding you to your purpose. We'll get more into the sirens in just a bit, all right? But I used to try to play this Pollyanna role of, I don't say curse words and I'm going to talk like this and very proper because I was in the corporate world doing compliance and special needs and in certain environments around certain people. I didn't want to say certain things, but it was always this dark, raw, shadow, unfiltered version of me that I suppressed and demonized and vilified all of my life until I decided to answer the calling of Alcheminity. There was even a name change. My channel used to be Fireside Chats for Global Women. But when I answered my erotic calling and purpose, when I listened to my body, my shadow elements came up. Alcheminity was born. Activate the book came out. Right? Creating the erotic siren call, getting certified as a sexuality educator because the parts of me that I was suppressing was erotic. It was sensual. It was sexy. And as soon as I answered the calling of my eroticism, of my magnetism, of my sensual voice, of my sexuality, getting certified as a certified sexuality educator, I can talk about these things globally, okay? Nationally and internationally. As soon as I decided to answer my erotic purpose, all of this was born. My subscriber count went up. I began one-on-one consulting. People wanted to work with me from all over the world. I have touched women from Timbuktu to the UK to Spain who've told me that something that I've said helped to save their life, helped them to come out of the shadows of their own power. Women who are now highly successful because they listened to what I had to say through Alcheminity. Women who are highly successful and in their power and in their purpose have found their confidence, activated their erotic wisdom and their purpose, answered the calling on their lives, and are doing well in life. Why? Because I answer the voice of my body and of my shadow first. There are people waiting for you to answer and follow the voice of your body, to follow the voice of your pussy. There are people waiting for you to show up in your siren energy, whatever your siren energy is. If you don't know what your signature siren is, okay, become a member over on Patreon. And if you don't want to become a member, if you don't feel guided to jump in yet, because becoming a member over on Patreon, it's the deep dives, okay? But if you're not ready for that, go ahead and just purchase the erotic siren call workbook. It's available on Patreon. Okay, go ahead and access that now. The workbook will continue to evolve. I keep adding things to it. Every time the sirens tell me something, I'm adding it in there. Okay, I listen to the voice of the sirens. They tell me what to put. They tell me what to write. So the workbook continues to evolve. I'm adding video portions to it. all kinds of stuff. All right. So I'm sorry, I'm getting emails coming in back to back. I just got an email that says your package has arrived. Your package has arrived. As soon as you answer the voice of your body, your erotic calling, as soon as you answer the siren's call, all the seeds that you have been called to plant will arrive for you. Certain people, places, and things will show up for you because you're showing up for yourself, because you're showing up truly. You want to know what authenticity is? Everybody's talking about authenticity. Everybody's talking about the word authenticity since 2020. Authenticity isn't this Pollyanna way of living and being. Authenticity is also answering or speaking through or showing up in your shadow. Authenticity is not just being all light. Authenticity includes being your shadow as well. Because you can't have one without the other. You cannot have light without dark. You cannot have angel without what? Demon. You know this, and I know that you know this because you got your copy of Activate. I know that you know this because you've been a subscriber here for some time on Alcheminity. If you are new here and you're listening to the sound of my voice for the first time on Alcheminity, okay? Go back into the archives. Don't just wait for the new videos to come out. Don't just wait for the new information to come out. Go back to the beginning and work your way up to now. All right? By the way, I don't think I introduced myself. All right. I am your host and creator of Alcheminity because turning power into pleasure is sexy. I am your queen bee, Miss Burgess. If you're nasty, aka the Gypsy Empress, also known as Nova. Welcome into the colony. This is the colony here. This is where we get buzzing around the information. This is where you hype this video and you get this information buzzing around the communities. I need y'all to share these videos, hype these videos, so the people that this information is meant for can find it, okay? So this is a colony. This is where we get buzzing around information. When you're ready for the deep dives, okay, become an initiate over on Patreon. When you're ready to go even deeper, become a cum member, because my cum members, we like it deep. And if you like it deep, just say, I want it deep, Daddy. Make it deep. And then become a member over on Patreon, okay? One of my subscribers says she loves how I intertwine eroticism with self-help and personal development. And that's what it is. Self-help and personal development cannot exist without eroticism. Just how people try to create and build and birth things into being, you cannot birth anything into being unless there was a sensual and sexual aspect that took place before. God and Goddess created life through sensual and sexual energy. How do you think the birds and the bees and the trees and us exist? Creation exists because of sensual and sexual energy. And unless you learn how to tap into your own sensual and sexual energy, you won't be creating, birthing, writing, designing, drawing, singing, dancing to shit. Because all of that is evoked through your sensual and sexual energy. And your sensual and sexual energy has a personality. It has a voice. Voices, personalities. And those voices or personalities are your siren energies. And you got to get to know your siren energies and know them by name so that you can command them, so that you can conjure them, so that they can guide you through your life, so that they can guide you into your divine mission and purpose. Your sensual and sexual energy, aka your siren energy, aka your kundalini energy, aka your serpent kundalini fire, aka God and goddess energy, aka your angel and demons energy. Okay. Where are we? We're at 23 minutes. I'm going to end it right here. Spirit said to end it right here. I'm saying too much. I'm going to end it off with this. Your desire. I'm hearing, this might not be the best reference, and I'm so sorry for those of you who may be offended by this, but I'm hearing R. Kelly. Your body's calling, oh, for me, calling me. I can hear it miles away, calling, calling for me. What's your desire? Baby, your wish is mine. I might be messing up these words. Command. Oh, yes, it is. Go and listen to the lyrics of that song. Your body's calling for me, for me. I can hear it miles away. Calling, calling. What's your desires? Here I come, baby. to save you. Oh. I'm sorry. That song just turned spiritual for me. I know R. Kelly meant it in a freaky deep way. Okay. But right now that the lyrics of that song is so relevant. Your body is calling you. Your desires are. Spirit is saying, what's your desires? Here I come, baby, to save you. What? You got to tell me what you want. You got to tell me if I don't know what your wants are, if you don't know what your wants are, if you can't command your wants into being, if you can't say what you want, how can I bring them to you? If you're not positioned in your body and in your mind, in your nervous system, how can what you desire come to you? How can it find you if you're not positioned? I remember saying to my mom one time, was it to my mom or somebody? I remember saying, because people ask, well, Timmesha, why are you single? Well, to me, single is not being married. Doesn't mean I don't have a shortage. Doesn't mean that I have a shortage of admirers. It just means that I'm not married. All right. But people would ask, and I would say, the type of man that is for me, like just the one, because as you know, if you've been here for some time, you know many of us have more than one. Many of us have more than one the ones. Okay. So the type of masculine that I choose out of the many that are available in my orbit, in the atmosphere, in the universe, on this planet, hell, on other planets and other dimensions, for those of you that really get deep, okay? If the masculine that you choose is not on this planet, better believe that the universe will shift itself to bring him from a whole nother galaxy if it must, because you say so, because you command it into being, because that's how strong your desires are. Not only your desires, but that's how strong that's how much you know yourself. That's how strong your power is. That's how strong your pussy power is, to where your pussy can draw a divine being that will be willing to take on the physical body and the flesh just to be with you. Where do you think the stories come from where angels saw women on earth and fell in love and then got with them and they had giant babies? You think that shit's... Where do you think that comes from? If you know, you know. I'm not going to get too deep. I'm going to stop right here. We're almost at 30 minutes. Listen, your body is calling for you. Will you answer the calling? Will you answer the erotic siren call? Your sensual and sexual energy is calling out to you through your body. Will you answer the call? Because guess what depends on it? Your nervous system depends on it. The health of your body depends on it. Your skin depends on it. Your beauty depends on it. Your power and your purpose and your mission depends on it. Will you answer the erotic siren call? Will you answer the voice of your body? Because I can hear it miles away calling. Go and listen to the R. Kelly song. That's just so relevant. Anyway, I'm gonna end it right here. Listen, get the erotic siren call, the workbook. It's available on Patreon. Become a member over on Patreon for the deep dives because you like it deep. Okay, don't forget to get your copy of Activate. Don't forget to get your merch. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next episode. Yeah, y'all, I haven't changed my hair again, y'all. Why? Because the sirens got me doing all kinds of shit. Okay. Oh, you'll know more about what that means when you activate your erotic siren, when you listen to your erotic siren, when you find out who your signature siren is. Your hair is going to change. Your hair changes as you level up. Your skin changes. Your body changes. Your skin changes. Your body, baby. Everything. Yeah, everything changes. It evolves. It glows up. Anyway, I'll see y'all in the next episode, child.